U.S. job market might be heading towards a critical slowdown known as stall speed, which could trigger a cascade of job losses and potentially push the economy into a recession. This alarming scenario is gaining traction among a growing number of economists and market analysts. But here's where it gets controversial. Some experts argue that the current job market is already showing signs of strain, despite the relatively low official unemployment rate. Peter Berezin, the chief global strategist at BCA Research, warns that the job market is teetering on the edge of stall speed, a condition where job creation is so sluggish that it could set off a self-reinforcing cycle of layoffs and economic decline. In simpler terms, stall speed occurs when the economy is creating so few new jobs that it starts to affect consumer confidence. As people become worried about their job security, they tend to cut back on spending. This reduced spending can then lead to more layoffs, further dampening consumer confidence, and the cycle continues. Berezin predicts that this could push the U.S. unemployment rate up to 6% from its current level of 4.2% and keep it elevated for about a year. While Berezin's outlook is on the more pessimistic side, other financial institutions are also sounding the alarm. J.P. Morgan's economists recently noted that the latest jobs data and comments from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell are consistent with the possibility of the job market reaching stall speed. Goldman Sachs similarly warns of the risk of a self-reinforcing rise in unemployment if economic growth remains weak. Fed Governor Chris Waller has also expressed concerns about the job market's health. In a recent statement, he argued that while the surface-level data looks stable, deeper analysis reveals that private sector payroll growth is near stall speed, and the risks to the labor market are increasing. He advocates for preemptive interest rate cuts to prevent a potential downturn. And this is the part most people miss. The U.S. job market, though still showing a low unemployment rate, has seen significant slowing in hiring over the past few months. The July jobs report showed only 73,000 new jobs added, and the gains from May and June were revised downward by a total of 258,000. Private payrolls data, while inconsistent, has also raised red flags, with a loss of 33,000 jobs in June, the first monthly decline in 2 years. Berezin anticipates further downward revisions in the upcoming August jobs report, suggesting that the economy might have lost jobs in May and June. If the August data continues to show weakness, the narrative of an impending recession could gain more traction. Barclays' Jonathan Millar expects the Bureau of Labor Statistics' annual revision of jobs data in September to reveal that the economy added about 900,000 fewer jobs than initially reported from April 2024 to March 2025. Once the job market enters this vicious cycle, a recession becomes almost inevitable, according to Berezin. He estimates a 60% chance of a recession within the next 12 months. Noting that the economy is now more vulnerable to shocks, Barclays also sees an elevated risk of a recession, estimating a 33% chance by mid-2026 and over 50% by mid-2027. While many forecasters on Wall Street still believe the U.S. can avoid a recession, the outlook will depend heavily on the strength of incoming economic data. Key indicators to watch in the coming week include ADP private payrolls, Thursday, initial jobless claims, Thursday, U.S. jobs report, Friday. What do you think? Is the job market truly on the brink of stall speed, or are these concerns overblown? Share your thoughts in the comments below.